Thousands of new Strzock page text messages reference, quote, secret society within the DOJ and FBI working against Trump, by Christina Layla for thegatewaypundit.com. According to Attorney General Jeff Sessions, 50,000 text messages were exchanged between Peter Strzock and his mistress Lisa Page. These 50,000 text messages do not include the missing texts. Representative John Ratcliffe said after reviewing the new text messages, he believes there may have been a, quote, secret society of folks within the DOJ and FBI working against Trump. Fox News reports more than 50,000 text messages were exchanged between two FBI officials who have come under fire for exchanging anti-Trump messages during the 2016 election, Attorney General Jeff Sessions revealed Monday. The figure surfaced as lawmakers have been pressing for answers after revelations that the FBI failed to preserve 5 months of text between Peter Strzock and Lisa Page. We will leave no stone unturned to confirm with certainty why these text messages are not now available to be produced, and we will use every technology available to determine whether the missing messages are recoverable from another source. Sessions said in a statement provided to Fox News, if we are successful, we will update the congressional committees immediately after reviewing the voluminous records on the FBI servers, which included over 50,000 texts. The Inspector General discovered the FBI system failed to retain text messages for approximately 5 months between December 14, 2017 to May 17, 2017, Sessions said. The 50,000 number does not include the missing text messages, according to Fox News. Representative Ratcliffe and Trey Gowdy spoke with Fox News after the news broke about the 50,000 new text messages. Ratcliffe said, let's just take a listen to what he said there.
It does make you wonder. Again, it's a strange coincidence. Just as, it's possible that these text messages that are missing, perhaps they really were lost. Perhaps it is another strange coincidence. The problem, Martha, is for former prosecutors like Chairman Gowdy and myself that worked at the department and worked with the FBI, it makes it harder and harder for us to explain away one really strange coincidence after another. Look, the point, I think, with respect to the issue of bias that Chairman Gowdy mentioned before, we knew that Strzock and Page had an intense anti-Trump bias. And that's okay so long as they check it at the door and do their job. But we learned today in the thousands of text messages that we reviewed that perhaps they may not have done that. There's certainly a factual basis to question whether or not they acted on that bias. We know about this insurance policy that was referenced in trying to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. We learned today about information that in the immediate aftermath of his election, that there may have been a secret society of folks within the Department of Justice and the FBI, to include Page and Strzock, that would be working against him. I'm not saying that actually happened, but when folks speak in those terms, they need to come forward to explain the context with which they use those terms.
Well, Gowdy also went off about the new Strzock and Page text messages.
With regard to these new texts and the idea that there could be a special counsel, a second special counsel requested to look into this, how are you pursuing that?
Well, these texts are incredibly important, Martha, for a number of reasons. Both what's there and what's not there. So lay aside this glaring 5-month gap in text that the world's premier law enforcement agency somehow missed. Lay that aside. What we have seen, what Johnny and I saw today, was a text about not keeping texts. We saw more manifest bias against President Trump all the way through the election into the transition. And I saw an interesting text that Director Comey was going to update the President of the United States about an investigation. I don't know if it was a Hillary Clinton investigation, because remember that had been reopened in the fall of 2016, or whether it was the Trump investigation. I just find it interesting that the head of the FBI was going to update the President of the United States, who at that point would have been President Obama.
Wow. Representative Radcliffe also tweeted about the new text messages he reviewed Monday along with Trey Gowdy, the thousands of texts Trey Gowdy and I reviewed today revealed manifest bias among top FBI officials against Donald Trump. The text between Strzock and Page referenced a secret society, Radcliffe tweeted. Well, we know that they're biased, we know, but there's it's the secret society is the deep state. That's basically what they're talking about. Absolutely. They're getting to the bottom of this, but they're not as hard hitting this Radcliffe guy. He was actually quite tame. You know, if it was somebody else, but then again, you don't know. You're dealing with the deep state. You have to be careful. You know, it's a very delicate and dangerous situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.